Hi folks, I'm glad you're all here. Thank you very much for joining me today. It is Thursday, January 11th, 2024. Well, it's looking like the Fed's aim of cutting interest rate is not going to happen. If anything, they may have to increase the interest rates. They're still lying about how high interest rates are going, telling everybody that the rise of prices in December was only 3.4%. We know that's baloney. Trying to ease everyone's fears so they can get as much blood out of the rock that they can. Jobs, well, they lied about that too for almost the entire year of 2023. We are told that the U.S. added a surprisingly large 2.7 million new jobs in 2023. It kind of reminds me of China building ghost cities to prop up their economy. Most of the jobs were actually for the U.S. government. 632,000 of those new jobs were actually working for the government. It was actually the government with the largest employment increase of all the different types of jobs. In December, they hired 52,000 people. That was more than double the average rate of 2022 when they would hire about 23,000 people a month. Supposedly, the healthcare industry hired about 55,000 people per month this last year, 2023, whereas in 2022, the average monthly gain was 46,000. I find that hard to believe when so many different emergency rooms and walk-in clinics are closing down. Employment in transportation and warehousing declined by 23,000 in December. Couriers and message delivery people, well, that industry lost 32,000 jobs, while air transportation declined by about 100,000 jobs. Employment in transportation, warehousing has declined by 23,000 in December. But since reaching its peak in October of 2022, employment and transportation and warehousing employment has decreased by 100,000. Employment in leisure and hospitality, like hotels and restaurants, things like that, is still below the pre-pandemic February 2020 level by 163,000, or 1.0%. Job losses for those working in department stores was over 13,000 jobs lost. Now that was for the entire year 2023. And of course you've heard about how it's harder and harder to find a full-time job, and most people are working two jobs, so they added that into the job numbers. The average work week for all employees on private, non-farm payrolls dropped to a little more than 34 hours a week. In manufacturing, the average work week was at 39.8 hours. And then they say the average work week for production and non-supervisory employees on private, non-farm payrolls was only 33.7 hours per week. So if you average it out, can you make your home mortgage, your car payment, add to your savings? Definitely can't add to your savings when you're only working. The average U.S. citizen is only working probably about 35 hours a week. We know that the unemployment rate is much higher than what they're telling us. A year ago, they were saying it was 3.5%, and now it has increased to 3.7%. Many individuals who would have preferred to work full-time but are now working part-time because their hours have been reduced, or they're unable still to find full-time jobs as of December, was up by 333,000 for the year. They also say the number of people that are not being counted in the labor force who currently want a job has increased to 5.7 million people in December. So the government is saying that U.S. jobs increased by 2.7 million in 2023 672,000 of those jobs were government jobs. So if I'm figuring it out right, and I could be very wrong, 8%, almost 8.2% of the jobs that increased last year in 2023, 8% were government jobs. So if you take away the government jobs, there was only actually somewhere around 2 million jobs added to the economy. Another interesting fact is that as of all the U.S. citizens that are 18 and older, supposedly is about 275 million people. 8% of the population work for the government, either a police officer, a teacher, different types of government agencies. That is 22 million people. So what happens when the government can no longer continue to print money? When those 22 million people no longer can pay their rent or for their cars or their mortgages. For now, it looks like they're just going to increase government jobs to keep the numbers down for people that are unemployed. But that's not stopping the rising cost of inflation. The newest number of people that have been born since the year 2000 until now, they're called the Alpha generation. The one thing they do know about the Alpha generation is they want everything right now, quick. They have no patience for waiting. This is why TikTok and the shorts are so popular. They live for the moment. They don't prepare for what history has shown has happened in the past, like the Great Depression, the crash of the stock market, the closing of the banks. They want takeout delivery for their foods. They haven't learned the life skills, how to plant, grow, raise crops or husbandry, different types of animals. Anyways, things are just going to get worse and worse. You need to stock up. If you find things that are on sale, don't buy one, buy two, and maybe even a case of different items. So what are your thoughts? Put your comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.